Hello, I'm still Sarah, and it's still the same adventure of being Sarah of my WIPS video. I did not realize I was going to chatter that long, but hey, whatever, right? So, while I took a bit of a break to film I'm filming, I went over and I got the retrieved pattern for the Quick Stitch Rose Fairy that I told you about in the last video. And of course it's in black and white because I print it. But the roses down here are beautiful, like raspberry maroon color, and then the wings are an orange color. And she just reminds me of fall and roses and butterflies that Grandma loved. So put this over here so when I sort back through, I can reunite her with herself. This is another pattern which will be shown shortly. But the one that I pulled out and I said, where did it go? Here we go. This one I was like, ooh, I gotta find this. At least in my brain I said that. I am not a fan of Christmas stitching. I'm not a fan of Christmas music. I hate Christmas music. Like in the stores and stuff. Okay, I don't hate Christmas music. I mean, we practice a lot of Christmas music in choir and stuff because, Hang in the Greens, Christmas music, that's fine. I think partially was because when my sister was little in dance, I don't want to say around 4th grade, 3rd, 4th, 2nd, somewhere in there, the dance teacher she had, we were doing holidays that year. No, maybe it wasn't that old. I don't remember. Anyway, sorry, I was trying to I'm like, wait a minute, that was the year she was a travel agent, that was a firefighter. Anyway, that's a totally different story. The teacher picked Christmas. And from Christmas all the way through May, Memorial Day, we got to hear over and over and over again, each class, have yourself a merry little Christmas. I think that's what it was. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Anyway, that's partially why I dislike Christmas music being everywhere. And I'm sorry, but we do not need 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 stations on the radio around here to blast continuous Christmas music. Some of them started in October. That's ridiculous. Now, if you like Christmas music and you want to hear it year-round, have at it. But I don't want to hear it year-round. So I'm not a fan of Christmas stitching either, because I don't like it. I like nativities, but I don't like Santas. Of course, it's the red in the suits and stuff. I don't like that. I had this craft magazine I used to get called Work Basket, and they had a bunch of they had crocheting and knitting and tatting and just a whole bunch of stuff. And they were starting to get really battered, because we're talking like some of the later ones were from 1996. And a lot of them had tape on them. I kind of wore them out. But I didn't do all the stitching. There weren't that many stitching things in there. But one of the things that I did before Thanksgiving is I went through them and I saved the patterns and such that I wanted, because they were very battered. We'll just put it this way. Like, this is in pristine condition compared to that one. And this has a little bit of wear. Anyway. But those ones, like, they were tattered and torn, and so I'm like, okay, well, I'll just keep the patterns I like. And some of them, 3 of the issues had, like, old world kind of Santas, but they weren't, like, the traditional Santas. So I'm like, okay, I'll keep those. Those look kind of cool. So, a lot of the stuff that you'd find in here, I probably will never stitch. I mean, this is adorable, but I would never stitch it. Probably would never. I don't know. It is a Mill Hill thing. I like Mill Hill. But like this little stocking, this little alphabet. I don't know. There's a whole bunch. It's the what is this? December 2003 of the cross stitcher. This is not the Britain's cross stitcher. This is the one that used to be Cross Stitch magazine, and then became a variety show, and I was very unhappy with. I still have to go through and see if there's any of. I usually have like one stitching project, so I'll have to see if there's any of those that I want, and then I'll probably get rid of all of those. Sorry. So, but I do like an advent calendar, because this is not Christmas time. This is Advent starting tomorrow. Christmas starts December 25th, and the 12 days of Christmas go through January 5th. People who do the 12 days before Christmas need to be smacked with a trout. But I do love me an Advent calendar. It's a little hard to see because this is white and grays. But the really cool thing is this little close-up. You're supposed to take little snow sequins and you glue them onto one part of a snap, and you glue the other snap onto the back so that the prongy bits go through, and this is that's on the snappy bits, and you literally just snap on a snowflake for each day. How adorable is that? I have not gotten very far with this one. I have all the numbers. Yay me. But the snowman is nowhere near to being. And I have to find a Mill Hill holly leaf. I'm pretty sure it tells me. Yes, I need to find something like the Mill Hill holly leaves glass treasure. It gives me a number. So I need these two little leaves right there. But it'll be adorable. It's got a little farmhouse in the background and some little trees. And I think it's actually adorable. And it's one of the few things that I will stitch for. Well, technically, it's not even for Christmas. It's Advent. And I had done this much. Weirdness. Anyway, so I have the numbers. And so once you get done with each day, you put a snowflake on there. 1, 2, etc. Then when you're all done, then it'll be Christmas Eve. I actually kind of. Well, I have to pull. This is all that I have left. That I have to pull all these out. But that would be actually really adorable to have. I might work on this for next December. I'm not working on this now. Haha! I would put that in there. Ha ha ha. What? More hair. I swear there's like hair all over the place. I thought I saw a spool of acrylic just floating in the bottom. I'm like, oh no, it's in the back. I don't hurt quite as much as I thought. Okay, this is one that I'm really not sure if I'm ever going to actually stitch. I had gotten this on eBay years ago, and I don't have that much done on it, but I do have some done on it. And then, because I realized this is probably not legal. So, it's one of those, I don't know what to do with this. I don't have that much done on it. You can kind of see there's a little bit up here. There's some up here. There's some in the corner. You can't see it. I don't feel like trying to. This was a test to see if I liked stitching on the black. I don't know. I really don't know what to do with it. I really probably just should frog it and reuse the fabric. But it's that sunk cost fallacy BS thing. Where it's like, but I spent money on it. But it's not legal. But I spent money on it. I put some effort into it. Not really. I graded the fabric. Well, yeah, you did. So, it's just hanging around. Maybe I'll die and somebody will take it and do something with it. I don't know. So, I really don't know what to do with that one. This one I have in here, I have to relocate. Ooh, got all the flossies. I have to relocate the pattern because it's got, you can't run this. Okay. It's got this, it was supposed to be done in like silk, but I'm like, no, it's got the floss. I'll just do the floss. And it's got this lovely border, lovely border around it. And then it says, as for me and mine, something about the Lord. I don't know. It's a verse. You can look it up. I don't know. I don't remember what it is. Anyway, that was, I did a similar house type thing for my one cousin, the one that's getting the France one. And so that's going to go to the other cousin, the one with, the baby thingy. Eventually. I'm not sure when. I have to locate the book now. I have to locate the magazine. So this is a stamped project. Actually, this is technically several stamped projects. And I want to say somehow I got 2 of the sets of the napkins. But the napkins, it's a Thanksgiving piece. And the napkins are all stamped. Which I've got most of it done. I think the napkins are just waiting for back stitching. Cool. I want to say I have another set of the 6. Okay. I think I do. Hey, there's the thought. So there were these stamped turkey napkins. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. Turkey napkins. I like it. Set of 8 napkins. Why did I think there were 6? Anyway, there's 8 napkins. You have to do the turkey 8 times. I'm pretty sure I have another set of the napkins. I had gotten the runner, which the runner looks like this. You do that. Random notes. But you do this on each end, and then you can kind of see it's got words and stuff. But the original set that I got from Hirschner's was 1 set of napkins and the table runner. And they sent me 2, and they never responded when I asked, like, hey, what about this? Of course, this was like, I don't know, 20-something years ago? I don't know, something like that. But this is one of the finished ones, which I need to turn the edges, because you can kind of see this crap. Once I get my sewing machine up and running again, I have to figure out where the needles are for that. Because the one needle that was in there is bent, and I think my ex-friend broke my sewing machine. Whatever. I like Thanksgiving. I like Thanksgiving because I love turkey. I love eating the turkey. I do indeed. So this has been lingering for quite a while. My little flosses for the turkey runner. And it says on the side, Happy Thanksgiving. So we've got one turkey and the other turkey. And I have done the purple. Stupid string. Here, go into the board thing. But yeah, I mean, once it gets done, it'll be gorgeous. Of course, you know, figuring out when I'm going to work on it, again, is a problem. I have no idea if this is the same way it was. It'll go there now. Some napkins and the table runner and the papers, and it can just sit in here with its little turkey stuff. I have other stamped like linens that I have not started. I have at least one more table runner. I have no idea if I'm ever going to do that because it's a Christmas tree thingy. It's pretty. It's embroidered though. It's not cross stitch. I don't like the stamped cross stitch like on the linens. I love doing the stamped linens like for like bridal shower gifts and stuff because like nobody does those anymore, and it's really cool. Let's see. Oh, the lighthouse that I have not done much of anything on. But it does look really cool. It's called the Maritime. It's another little dimensions, which it looks cool. I love maps. Not quite as to the extent of Ginger Jar Stitcher, but I do like maps. Maps are cool. I have done all of nothing on this. It's white. You can kind of sort of see there's a little bit here, and where the thread, where the floss ends, right there. You can kind of see. But it's hard to tell if this is right side up. I think this is right side up. I've done a little bit in here. Done a little bit of that. It was supposed to be a work project for when I want to say when I worked at the first nursing home, which would be like that would be about right, 1998, 99, 2000, or sorry, 99 to 2001, somewhere in there. I got all of nothing done with that. That's something that I really ought to work on. I know I say that a lot, but it's a nice little piece, and it ought to be done. And it's like practically brand new, because I have a little bit of that done. So, oh, here we go. No, I'll do this one. Okay, so this was a freebie on Cross Stitch Collectibles. I was going to say Artisty, but I'm like, I don't think that's right. I can see. I'm like, that doesn't read Artisty. So I wanted to do this for my dad because he's very scientific, geometric, whatever. And so, but I didn't want to do black, white, and gray. I had made him a mitt for his hand because he had like some sort of like computer thing, which like it had these sensors that would attach to his fingers, but his hand would get cold in the trailer he was in, so he was like, hey, can you make me a mitt? I'm like, well, what do you want it to look like? So I basically made like, it looks like a football and has a place for the cord to come out. It's really weird looking. So I decided, and I did not realize how boring this would be because it's 3 colors. It's a lot of 3 colors. It's on 18 count. I've done this much of it. I've done this much of it. This much. that much. But only the 3 colors. There's also like a cream color, and then I am going to use to define to between the planes of the illusion or whatever. I'm going to use this 005 blending filament. It's like a black blending filament. I think it's black. I don't know. It'll work. Of course, I'm very far away from using this because I have all of that much done. I may not get this done before Dad passes away because it's just taking so long. He likes it. He's just not holding his breath to get it. I don't know. Maybe I should take this and work on it, like do outlines, or I don't know. Maybe like with the Gay Pride heart. I don't know. I have one of space. I thought this was cool because, you know, space in cross stitch. So this was the Janlin Voyageurs Tour, which I thought that was really cool. And originally I was going to give this to, I want to say Grandpa George, but I never got around to finishing this before he passed away. So you can see Jupiter, Saturn, all the interesting planets that Voyager visited. And so we have Saturn. And then, I mean, I worked on this not that long ago. I want to say maybe in August or something like that. Hey, wait, I have the thing up. I have a spreadsheet, and it has name, and then I have WUS, which is work in progress, UFO, start, and then I have a date start, a date last worked, and then if it's a a kit, or a pattern, the designer notes in columns. And then I have one tab that's WIP or UFO. Then I have one that's to start, my plan starts. Then I have a list of the SALs. And then I have the USO, which is the unstarted object. And then I have a tab that says finished. And so when I finish something, like if I finish this one, I would put the most recent date, and then I would highlight that row and click cut, and then I would go over to the finished and paste. And then the last date worked turns into the finished date because I'm not going to work on it after it's finished, of course. So Voyageurs Tour, I worked on it on 9/24/17. Awesome. I like that. So I would definitely really like to get a bit further along. Well, of course, I'd like to finish it, of course. But I think what I'll do you can kind of see there's little stars, there's little X's back there for random, which interestingly enough, the symbol for these little stars is a little star. How funny is that? The symbol for white, I think it's supposed to be white. No. What is it? Oh well, I can't remember. But they have maybe they're French, not. Whatever. Oh well. I don't have time for this. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do glow in the dark, just like I did for the Space Tiger, which turned out very well with the glow in the dark. Stand up straight. Okay. So I have another magazine with something in it. This is just cross stitch. This is just annoying. I used to get to just escaping floss. So I used to get just cross stitch. This is November, December 2012. And it has, of course, a lot of like cutesy, stockiny, Christmassy thingies. There's these little stockings. I'm like, meh. It's little nutcrackers. Cutesy, whatevers. I don't do samplers. That's not stitches. That's stitch diagrams. It's not patterned. I don't do samplers for the most part. But I had come across this. Isn't that cool? That's cool. It's one color. And originally it was stitched on 28 clay Jovelon and 4 skeins of Black Crow Gentle Art sampler threads. I was like, I don't want to do that. So what do? I had found this. I decided black satin, the S310. So I have satin floss, and of course I didn't do much because linen, but I did get a bit done. It's this gorgeous pink color. It's coming up lighter than it is. It's a very intense pink in person. It's very intense. I'm going to move that so you can see it. But you can see I have Joseph and his crook right there. So eventually I'll get to this one because, you know, stuff. But I think it's really pretty. So eventually I will get to that one. I do like me a nativity scene, and I do like me a monochromatic one. There we go. Bed and friends. Okay, what we got next? I will do this one. This one requires me to find the front page. Here we go. So, this is actually the companion piece to the first one I saw. The first one I saw is called Housework, and they're both Mystic Stitch. They're both Maxine Gadd, because that's where it was originally, and then she went to Haze, and she got the Housework was charted by Haze, but Nightshade, or in this case Nightshade 2, they did 2 different versions of her on Mystic Stitch. I'm like, I don't know. They sent me the wrong one. So technically I have both versions, but they sent me the wrong one. And Housework is this witch, and she's turned around. She's got a very short skirt and long, like, I can't remember if it's stripy stockings or if it's stripy boots or something like that. And she's got her hand out, and she's holding her broom, and she looks very sassy. And so I decided I would do that on... That's lovely. Sorry, I just found a note that says 934, borrowed for Tanith. Okay. I'll just have to replace that or something. I don't know. Anyway, so I decided to do that on Voodoo, and then I came across this one. I'm like, oh, well, if I have that one, I have to get this one. And I'm going to do her on Masquerade. And what does she look like? I am not doing all that black. Like, the whole black, all that black is charted. No! No, people, no. So I have really not worked that much on her, but she's going to be gorgeous and huge. So this is 32 count over 2. So 16 count on Masquerade. And you can't really see that well in this light, but it's that portion. It's that portion right there, which it's hard to see, but you can kind of tell that this area is part of her chest area with there's so much confetti. Oh, Lord, there's so much confetti. But, I mean, it looks like a blob, but it's really not. Anyway, it looks a lot better in person because you can actually see it. I don't have the best of camera setups. It's my laptop camera. Oh, well. But you can kind of see that this is reddish, and this is part of her hair, because her hair just keeps going and going and going. So, yeah, she's not going to be, she'll be about 14 wide, according to this, and 25 tall-ish. I'm not really sure. I have no idea what I'm going to stitch on her next. She's very, very pretty, and I really want to stitch on both her and her sister, because, you know, goals. And I actually have 2 of the housework, because I thought my ex-friend never returned that one. I thought she had taken it and just never returned it, and it turns out that no, I just forgot where I put it. So that'll teach me to assume. Of course, that was after I bought the second pattern, hence why I'm kind of considering buying the Pomeranian one again, because it's like, oh, when you buy another one, you find the first one, because that's how things work. Let's see. I want to do Daddledore. What's Daddledore? Daddledore is awesome. He's like the closest I'm probably going to do to a traditional or sort of traditional Santa. Yep, another Haze. It's, he is in, I can't remember, I think it's maroon and green. I think he's wearing green, and it's like a maroon raspberry color background. We'll have 125,600 stitches. But he kind of looks like Dumbledore. And if you look really, really closely at his glasses, they're the half-moon glasses, just like Dumbledore. And there's something about the mouth area and also the hands, eerily enough. But there's something about the mouth area with the beard that looks a lot like my dad. I mean, enough so that if people... Okay, there's the fluffy thing. I gotta put that somewhere. Squirrel. Enough so that people actually could recognize that as Dad. And so I have been calling it Daddledore, even though technically it's Make Merry. But I have not gotten very far at all. And of course, again, I most certainly would love to get this done. Now, the piece of fabric is not quite as big. Like, the gridding stops here and here. But this is as much as I've gotten done. I didn't work on it that much. I at least got it started. I only have three colors in this so far. But yeah, Daddledore will look fantastic once he's all done. Which may be the 12th of Never. I don't know. It's pretty. I'm gonna just keep going, doing my thing. Yep. We're getting closer to the end, people. Let's see which one. And we'll talk about the Zodiac. Okay, this is a multiple thing. This is the first part of it is, okay, I had started this years ago and I really like it, and I've seen this stitched up and she's gonna be gorgeous, even though I think I had messed up on her hair. I don't know. It's called the Astrologer. My pattern has torn. Astrology, excuse me. Wrong name. Astrology. So you've got this chick in the middle, and she's got all the signs around her, and just coolness, right? That's not enough. Picture her in the middle of a wall hanging. Oh yes. This is where the plan starts come in. This was a leaflet, and I have done the Aquarian one. Yeah, that's right. You guys have seen that one. And I'm going to stitch all of these in individual blocks, and then I will put them around her, and then I will stitch. I have done Leo, I have done Virgo, and I have done Aquarius. Leo was for the band director that I used to have. Virgo went home with Steffi, and of course Aquarius is mine. And so I will stitch those as well, and then I will include the Native American Zodiac around that as well. So it's going to be kind of an epic sort of piece. I just haven't figured out if I'm going to do these ones around the outside, the little ones around the outside, or the inside. I kind of almost want to say in the middle border. Either way, I have a lot of work. I am kind of delusional. I'm just going to admit that. And I worked on this not that long ago. I got more of the moon done. I worked on that while the boyfriend and the dad were playing Go at the Barnes & Noble. Yes! Ha! I told you! 9-4! Ha! So yes, that solves an argument. 9-4. Anyway, I'm trying to gloat. I'm just saying. I remember correctly. What the hell is that? I don't know what that is. It's not going to be in the quilt, so yeah, don't care. So yeah, it's going to be an awesome wall hanging. I'll have to find cool fabric for it. Okay, and next we have a whip, and again, starts planned. So you saw in my finishes video the alternative version of this, the Sorceress, which this is the original. This is the kit that I found on eBay that I used as pattern. And of course the Sorcerer. I have not done the oh, come on. Don't embarrass me. So I've not finished anywhere close to this. This is a velvet. I don't know if I like the velvet, but imagine him, come back here, in this velvet stuff. It's gonna look awesome. The floss is getting, there's like 4 different colors of the velvet. And it said I could do this. I'm like, I don't know. Whatever. Ah, here we go. So that for the colors of the robe of the sorcerer guy. Velvet robes. Very cool. And then, of course, I will eventually want to stitch the original version again, because I still regret selling her those, because I don't know. I think they went the way of everything in the pod. I don't know. I'm trying not to be bitter, but I worked hard on those. I really wish I hadn't sold them to her. I didn't want to. She begged and pleaded. Oh, come on. It'll look great in the gaming room. Suck it, Trebek. If I could go back in time and tell her no, I most certainly would. And actually, if I could go back in time and not stitch that dragon for them, I would. Because, yeah. I'm going to stitch that for me. So I'm down to 4 more pieces. This one I have not worked on very much. Again. Oh wait, come here, come here. Aha. This one's kind of in, well, it's sort of in color. But you can kind of see. It's Quick Stitch Patty's Luck. And it's very cute. And he has his Ladybug. And there's sparklies. And it's a lot of clover. And St. Patrick's Day. So, yeah. And floss. Yeah, I have it upside down. Yes, I've done all of that. So, not much of anything. But again, it will be absolutely precious once it's done. I have no idea when that will be. Your guess is as good as mine. You could always, you know, you could always take bets or something if you wanted. You're not going to get anything, but you could always just make predictions. They could be entertaining. Get in there. All of you in there. In. Oh, like, wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. I have a few more than I thought. Either way, there's not that many more. But my left leg is going owies on me. But I'm almost done. So, this is one that I started, and I decided that I was going to only print off. Oh, what happened there? Interesting. So I decided I was only going to print off like 1 row. We're only going to take out 1 row of the pattern. I don't know why. I have no idea. But this only has 8 colors. 2, 6, 8. Sorry, 10 colors. One of them is the number 4 braid. Yeah, a Haze with only 10 colors. What? And it's a big one too. It's the pregnant fairy expecting. Not expecto patronum. But yeah, she is going to be absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And I've seen this done on a, it was like a teal color, I think. I just have to remove that. And she's done on that same color Nugana as the moon. And I've only done the first row of pages, which is just the face. And then the next row will be a little bit more. And then I'll unroll the next section. And she's got some sparklies, and it's very pretty. A very sharp needle, or not needle, pin. And so, again, I don't know when I'm going to work on her. But she's gorgeous. And no, it doesn't mean anything. I just like the, just like it. I just like the pregnant fairy. I like the fact that it's only like 10 colors. There's a lot of confetti, but it doesn't feel like confetti, if that makes any sense. What is this? Okay, I will do Heart of the World. This next one is an older pattern. It is Heart of the World. It's long since been retired. I've seen versions where it doesn't have the people in it, but I like the people. And I have a total of almost nothing done. Which, surprise, surprise. Yep. I have a grand total of almost nothing. Yeah. And it only goes to there. But, you know, once it, again, gets done, it's going to be awesome. I just have no idea when it's going to get done. And I know I'm just a broken record. But, yeah, you can see that there's a lot of oranges and reds, and I think it used all the oranges and reds and browns and everything that you could possibly have in floss. And intermission while I fight with fabric. Okay, so there's that one. Okay. And then the last two, interestingly, well, the last two, I have one more before the last two. The last two, interestingly enough, are going to be the first two Haze I ever bought. This, however, is not a Haze. This is Legend from White Willow. How awesome is that? It's retired, so no, you can't get it. Although, I probably will never stitch this again, so there you go. And this might be silly, but I totally want to put her with a belly button ring. How cool is that? I haven't nowhere near to getting to that point. I retroactively gridded it and found, oh, you really sucked at the counting here. So, oh, that's right. Another pin. Okay, cool. I think I started this in like 2008 or something like that. There we go. So we have the Sphinx Head, and up here is the balcony one. So you can see I did the 3 stars, which are these three stars here, and the Sphinx Head, and you can see the outline. Grab the fishing line a little too hard there. Bad me. But you can see the outline of the falcon head, and of course the Sphinx and the bottom part. So eventually, I really do need to get back to this. I love the White Willows. They were the first full coverage company I'd ever seen. Somehow, I have horribly gotten off gridding, like, not gridding, but I had horribly gotten off count. Hence why I retroactively gridded that sucker, which was not easy, I will say. I have to use a hoop for this. I use my big hoop because it's very floppy, as you can see. But this is purple potterated, which it's showing up way bluer. It's much more violet in person. Oh, this is going to be gorgeous. I don't usually do a whole lot of 14 count Ada that much anymore, but for this color, oh yes. Yes, I will. So now we come to the last two. I'm just going to stick this in. Whatever. So the last two that I got are, that I have here, which were the first Haze I ever bought, are Selena Fennich's Rendezvous, which I started as an Olympic project, so what was that? I don't remember. 2012, that's when it was. Because I was supposed to get that done before Rio so I could do another big one, the Mayan Aztec thingy, I don't know. That did not happen. And then the other one is Quick Stitch Lotus Woods, which is Tanith. So I'll show you Rendezvous first. This is Tanith and Corsair. It's I don't have the this is the large format. The first two charts I got were in large format, but he's in silver armor, and she's in a mauvey pinky gray dress. Well, the gray is this underskirt part, and there's these gorgeous irises, and it's Corsair and Tanith. I love Corsair and Tanith. Love them. That's why they had to be in the as NPCs. I had to have them. So this will be a large one. It goes up to here and here. And of course I've only gotten this far. Yes, I definitely did not. But you can see where the iris is. The bottom petal of the iris. If I could just make myself sit down and work on it, I think I would be just a lot further along. I get bored with stuff, as I've said. But eventually I really do want to do this. And that's why Healer's Touch is an important one. Because Healer's Touch is also Corsair. Hence why I have to start that from here. And we had another... Huh. I had two. Okay, so Rendezvous, which I started that in 2012. I will eventually finish that one. This one was the first Haze I ever actually started, the first Haze I bought. It's not the first Haze I finished, because I have not finished that one. I really need to finish this one, and I'll explain why in a second. But Quick Stitch Lotus Wood. So, it's kind of battered. I've used her for challenges. You can tell from the pages it's a very battered pattern. I have many notes on this. I really would like to finish. I finished the second row. What? Did I finish that second row of pages? I think I did. Oh, I forgot to put that. Oh well. Anyway, it's not important. So I started this on September 1st, 2009. And evidently, I finished the first row of pages on 4/22/13. I do not know when I finished the second row of pages. That would require going and looking on my Facebook album. I'm not going to do that now. But this is what she will look like. I printed out what the full one looks like, so you can see it's just that one portion. I was not going to do this whole full one. I just wanted this portion because Tanith is freaking awesome. She is awesome. I'm stitching her on 25 count over 1 with 2 strands. For full crosses. And you can see where I did the challenge pieces up in these corners, which originally it was just do the 10 by 10 block and diagonal stagger it. That's a tongue twister. And then they did do a challenge of feathering it, which is like come in. So I was like, well, I'll mirror that on the other side. But this is what Tanith looks like. And the reason why I really need to finish her, other than the fact that she's been, it's been this long, is because there was a disagreement about whether the picture that's in the gallery on Haze was a legit one. But if I remember the person who stitched it, I would have thought that she would have gotten a legal copy of it from Haze. I don't know. I don't know what count she stitched it on. I don't know how many strands. I don't know any of that. I mean, maybe the linen, I don't know, she may have stitched on linen. That may have had a problem or a reason for it looking different. But mine looks, it looks definitely a bit different. It looks, I don't know. I like mine. That's all I'm going to say. I like mine. And so with this one, because it's taken so long, I retroactively gridded from here and up. And so once I get done with this next row of pages, I'll just pull that part out. And I think I will cry when I get her done. Like sobbing, bawling. I can't believe it, and I will get her framed. I don't care. I will get her framed. But yeah, my gorgeous, gorgeous Tanith. It was hilarious when I found her butt. I'm like, I found Tanith's butt! And then when I took pictures, it's a little harder to see. But you can see. Right there. That's her hair. That's her hair! Comes down in a... It's her hair! Awesome! I love you, Tanith. Which is really kind of weird when you think about the fact that that's my character, so I'm kind of saying, I love you, me! But she has provided a lot of memorable things, memorable situations. If the original DM who I started playing her under called me and said, hey, we're going to do Saturday games to play, I'm going to have Tanith come back. You want to play? Yes. I would do that in a heartbeat. Not that I think that's ever going to happen, hence I don't feel guilty about pulling her into as a 20th level NPC consulted NPC in my world. Put the clippies back on. And I really do. I wanted to get her done by my birthday, but that's not going to happen. I think I would like to get her. I wanted to get her done before, 2000, no, I forget what. But I had started on the day they go back on the train to Hogwarts. So, I don't know. She should have graduated by now, but whatever. So, that's Miss Tanith, and that's the end of my rambly WIPS video. I know that the sucker will be showing up as a WIPS soon. I need to grid the Mania ones. I have a couple of Haze that I want to start there, the small finish letters. I want to add blending filament to those. Let's see. I will still continue to look for the Pomeranian, and if I don't find it by January, I'm going to order it. I don't care. I will just bone. That's the color of the... That's right. That was the color of the fabric. So, yeah. So, that's in works. I have no idea if I'm going to do a video on Monday or not. I may not, because I just did 3 videos. You can kind of hear my voice, that my voice is kind of tired, which is not really good for hanging in the greens, but oh well, I wanted to get them all done. So I'll put up the first part today. Maybe I'll wait until after I get back from the cross-stitching thing. I don't know. So yeah, so I definitely gotta pull out the Mania stuff and maybe look at other things. I don't know. I still have not finished Mom's socks. I have to finish Mom's Christmas socks, which I have lost my pattern for that. I mean, I know the pattern, but it's like I just need it for the heel turning the heel portion. And I have notes on it, which is why I really want to find that specific page. Like, specific people's feet. Yeah. And then I haven't even started mine, and then I have yet to start my sister's socks, which are going to be the candy cane ones, which I'm breaking out the old Fleechy for her, the cheer, which is really cute. It's supposed to be red and white, but it kind of turned into pink and white. Whatever. Not cheer. No, yes, cheer. Jingle is the one I was just thinking of. I'm like, no, that was red, white, and green, right? No. Jingle. No. I have 2 skeins of Jingle. No, you can't have that. But I had collected enough for several cheer socks. So I had gotten this cute little candy cane sock pattern on Ravelry. I'm like, oh my god, that's adorable. So I'm going to knit those for her. And I need to get them done by Christmas morning. So I have 4.5 socks to knit. Hopefully, maybe Dad will eventually take me up on my offer to knit him socks, because he's been complaining about the socks. Oh yeah, and then there's Shalom Angel, and I definitely want to start her. Maybe I'll start her for the new year. I don't know. Who knows? I could decide tomorrow. I'm going to start this. So, no, because I have to dye the fabric for her. But I have a bunch of kits. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And so I may actually wait until Monday after next, which would be the 11th. Yeah, I may wait until the 11th. I'm not really sure, because it's Saturday. It's 1:30 in the morning. Wow, this took me a lot longer than I thought, because I started at 10-something. And my pinky still hurts. So, okay, I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye.